Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing the 3 marker challenge. So I have my markers in like these bins usually, and I got them from like IKEA. Normally it's like I think $7.99 for these bins, at least Canadian it is. And so since choosing the 3 markers, I want to go like blind into it. I don't want to know what the markers are going to be. I'm just going to put all of my markers into this container and opening it from the opposite side where I can't see, and then choosing marker. I don't really have a good enough setup where I could show like my face and show that I am choosing them blind, so that's why I'm gonna have to do it this way. But yeah, I'm gonna throw all of my markers into this container and then choose the 3 markers. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix these markers around a little bit so they're not all in the same spot. So I currently cannot see the markers. I'm also gonna face away from them as well, just to, you know, double make sure. Gosh, I'm nervous. Oh, this is our first color. Actually a pretty nice pink. Let's see. Tucson red. I'm excited to see what the other 2 colors are. Still nervous. I really don't want these colors to just like not go well together at all. Okay, let's see what color number 2 is. Ooh, it's a bright green. I don't think it's gonna go well with it. This one's apple green. Okay, hopefully color number 3 will bring this together, because right now I'm not super pumped about these 2 color choices. Let's see. Oh, color number 3 is dark brown. Okay, these are interesting. Okay, I guess let's swatch these colors. Man, I'm not looking forward to this. These colors are crazy. Okay, so this one's the apple green. And this one's the red one. Tucson red, I think. This one's really streaky. And then this one's the dark brown. I am not looking forward to this green color. It just isn't gonna go well with the rest. Okay. Like even mixing, I don't think it's gonna be that good. I'm also worried about this red since it does seem a little bit streaky, like you can see little black parts in it. But the red and brown do go well together as well. So I'm thinking maybe trying to keep the green as sort of like an accent color, not using it too much, and then using the red and brown more. So okay, I'm gonna get sketching and see what I can get with this. Okay, so now I'm just going to be sketching a couple of ideas. Also, from now on, it's just going to be a voiceover. The artwork and everything's going to be sped up instead, so just so you're aware. So for sketching this, pretty much I always try to do like a small thumbnail. I've been doing that ever since Inktober because I was super heavy into doing little thumbnails during Inktober, and I knew pretty much the only thing I wanted was for the hair to be super fluffy. So that's the only thing I went into this with the sketch. So I started sketching and gave her like really fluffy hair, and then I decided that I also wanted her to be sort of like an elf. So I gave her like elf ears, and I drew really long eyebrows as well. Yeah, I really like the way her hair came out in the end. Like the thumbnail, I put barely any detail into it, but when I started actually sketching it, there's a lot of detail and waves and everything to her hair, and I really enjoy drawing wavy hair. I wish I would do it more often. And then for coloring, I'm just gonna warn you that the coloring does end up quite a bit, I guess, patchy. Just in my sketchbook, and that's because the sketchbook isn't really used for markers. That's why it turned out a little bit patchy. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to give her like a dark red-brown skin tone or not, just since she was an elf. I did decide later on to just do the brown and then a little bit of red in it and mix it together. I also in the end decided that I was going to make the green quite a big focal point of the drawing, and I was definitely scared to do that. I did say earlier that I planned on not making the hair so, or not making the green color so like big. I wanted to just do like a small little piece of it and just make it so that it was not as noticeable as everything else. I will say the green color did turn out to look better with the rest of the colors than I thought it was going to be. I definitely was scared when I pulled the colors because I thought the red and brown went really well together, but as soon as I had the green, I was like, this is gonna turn out awful. But luckily it didn't, and I actually mixed all three colors for her hair. What I did is I gave her a really long like shadow root, and I made it like a brown red color, and then I made it look like the green is like hair dye, so I think that looked really well. And yeah, my only issue with this is the fact that the ink tool, my black marker, ended up smudging a little bit, even though the test I did on the sketchbook paper didn't smudge it, so I'm a little bit upset with that, but at least now I know that it does that, so from now on I'm not going to use that marker, or I'll just do all the marker work with the pencil lines first and then go over it with an inking tool. I don't think I found a marker yet that hasn't smudged with these markers, and in case I haven't said it yet, I am using the Prismacolor Premier markers for this 3-marker challenge. They are the markers I have. I definitely don't have Copics. They're way too expensive for me to try investing in them quite yet. Especially since I'm not into markers that much. I definitely prefer watercolors, but I also am starting to like markers. After I did this piece, I definitely found that I like how vibrant the color is. With watercolors, it's definitely not as vibrant as the markers, so I think I might do more marker work in the future. Definitely let me know in the comments if you want to see more marker art, because I want to know your opinion on these things. Anyway, so now I'm just going to be getting into the actual marker part of this, which I hope you think turned out okay. I'm starting with the green first in her hair, and pretty much I wanted to bring it to just about a little bit above her ears, and then I'm going through with the roots of her hair and just blending like the brown and the red together to make a really dark brown, and then I brought the green up a little bit through it as well, and I thought that turned out really pretty, and I'm so glad I decided to go through with this because, like I said originally, I was only going to make the green like an accent color and not such a huge part of the drawing, and I'm glad I decided to make it her hair color, or at least like mostly her hair color. I also enjoy the fact that the 3 markers are all together in the hair as well. And I just made her eyebrows green as well. I thought about doing like the brown red color, but I thought green would just look better, so I went with that. And then I made her eyes mostly red, but like with the brown to darken them. And then when I went through with her skin, I tried to blend it as much as possible and just sort of make like her ears a little bit rosy red at the tips as well. And then I tried to layer the brown twice to make sure that it wasn't like too patchy, because it did look a little bit patchy with just one layer. And then I went through with shading with the red as well, and then tried to do the blush again with the red. And yeah, I don't know, I think the skin tone turned out good enough. I'm definitely not used to doing skin tones with markers. It's a lot different than with watercolors. It's harder to blend it, especially when the colors don't really belong together, I guess. So I would do it differently if it wasn't like the 3 marker challenge. This also, I believe, was my second 3 marker challenge. I posted my first one on Instagram, so you can go over there and check out what my first one looked like. That one wasn't like recorded or anything. It was a long time ago I did do that, but you can see it over there. And then just for her top, I went in with the red. I had to layer it a couple of times though, because my red was so, I guess, it just was kind of splotchy and streaky, like there was some black coming through it, even though I never used a black marker with it, so I definitely had to go through that quite a few times, and then I just touched up little spots with the white gel pen. And that was it for my 3 marker challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next Artmas video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!